A few years ago, this Greek-American girl came to Los Angeles to study fashion design. Today, she is known as the weed expert of Hollywood.
You gotta smell it to believe it. I sell marijuana for a living. We are at Alternative Herbal Health Services in West Hollywood, one of the oldest shops south from San Francisco. I was scared to tell the old school Greeks, like my uncle, my mom, my dad. My parents were so strict. Well, my dad has 3 girls. So of course you're gonna be strict a little bit, right? I'm a Greek girl from Chicago. I went to design school. I was always in the fashion industry for the longest time. In the beginning, I came here to do children's fashion. From that end to this business is such a huge difference. One of my closest friends, she's like, Tula, get out of Chicago, come to LA. And I'm like, girl, Tasha, are you crazy? Well, she calls up this lady on the phone. She goes, this is Dina. You have to meet her. She's looking for somebody to help her and to be a hard worker. And then I met Dr. Dina. She brought me here. She's not a real doctor. Snoop Dogg named her Dr. Dina. It was the most crazy experience ever. Opa. How pretty. My day is I come, I meet my security guards out in front. I open up shop at 8 o'clock in the morning, make sure everything's running like every other business. I stay an hour by myself in the front. I like to socialize, so I call it weed talk in the morning. We buy weed from manufacturing companies. It's their genetics. They all come from something. Sometimes they mix the genetics and create a new one. Smoking it, you feel that effect right away because it's going straight to your brain. So you're like, oh, all right, I feel stony. There's also dabbing. It's like a bong. Also edibles. Edibles are great. And then the pen is good because you can take a nice little hit away from people, of course, but it doesn't smell. So it helps you in so many ways. This is a new one, Fuzzy Melon. I go fuzzy with the melon, right? You know, there is a stigma working in this industry, like we're uneducated, we're stoners and we only talk like this. But we have experienced so much, people don't see that. They're like, oh, they don't know. You know, she smokes marijuana, she's crazy. Everybody needs to relax. My parents, they hated it. When they caught me smoking, I swear they wanted to take me to rehab. My parents didn't know what I did for a living for like 4 years. I'm the first Greek out of my family to ever leave the house without being married. And I'm coming to LA. And they go, oh, you know, in Hollywood. What's your dream? Everybody's got a dream. Mine came true. I couldn't tell my family what I did for a living. They would smell the marijuana on me and I would hear just little comments, oh, bromas, you know, or duh. So I'm like, they're gonna kill me. My sisters knew what I did. And they're like, we're gonna tell mom and dad, ha, ha, ha. They knew I was always special. Unfortunately, it took something tragic for me to tell the truth to my parents. My sister was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. So my first instinct as a Greek traditional girl, I'm going home. I talked to my friend, also my boss, Dr. Dina. She hands me these syringes, ACDC oil. She goes, this is what you're gonna do, Tula. You're gonna measure each one and you're gonna put them in capsules. My sister one day looked at me and she goes, I'm so scared. It always makes you cry. I go, just take my pills, please just take my pills. It won't hurt you, it will help you. So she did. What they say is, you know, the CBD helps it from not growing and the THC is what kills the cancer cells. Her cancer's in remission for 3 years. She also has a little baby. You know, I would do anything for my family. This is when my parents found out when I tried helping my sister, and my dad's like, what? I go, listen, this is what I do for a living. I sell marijuana. And he goes, what? I go, I manage a dispensary, I told him. I sell marijuana. I go, for a living. It's okay. And I made my parents sit down and watch a video on cannabis and how it's helped different people so they can have a little knowledge before judging again. So I go, Ma, let's do a little test. You take one of my gummies tonight. Don't take your tramadol pill. If you want, in the middle of the night, it won't counteract with anything anyways, marijuana and the pill. I go, I'll go get you your tramadols. So she's like, okay, Tula, I do it. I'm like, all right. So I give her a little piece, not too much again, so I don't scare her. And it had a lot of CBD in there, which helps with the inflammation. Next day she wakes up, she goes, you know what, Tula, I think your marijuana stuff, it might work. I go, ow, I made Aphrodite a believer. Watch out. So that stigma to where she scolded me when I was young, like, oh, you're a drug addict. Well, this is going to lead to other drugs, and what else you do, and this and that, you know. I'm like, I don't do nothing, I swear. I just smoke a little weed. One time I brought a cake home to Chicago. So one day my girlfriends, my cousins, everybody, all the girls, it was girls' night. They were all there. I'm like, I got cake. They're like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. So my tia Vula, she's like, oh, can I have a piece of cake? I go, yeah, sure. Eat some cake. An hour later, Tia Vu's like, was there something in that cake? I go, oh no, it's your imagination. I believe that this beautiful flower has so much medical use that nobody even understands yet. I'm so happy what I do for a living. Everything happens for a reason in life, and maybe this is why I came here. I truly realized what I love to do was helping people that are in pain. My knowledge helps so many people with CBD, or that has cancer, or Crohn's, or Alzheimer's. I know people that have left their state to come here so they can take CBD pills for their son that has cancer. My dad, you have no idea, he will take a hit of this pen and his tremors stop. I had a girl call me from Chicago. She goes, talk to my sister. She has cancer. I'm like, listen, you got nothing to lose. It's gonna help you when you lose your appetite. Hopefully we can get it to shrink the tumor. She did not want to feel high whatsoever. I don't want you to either, because it seems like you're not gonna like it anyways. Or maybe you need it. So she started doing it, and then the doctor says how well she's doing. So we have these creams, and my cousin's like, there's this guy, he has really bad arthritis, he can't move his neck, he can't twist it like we do. I finally got to meet the guy. He goes, you have no idea how much you've changed me. You know, he goes, I can move my neck. And he's moving his neck, and I'm laughing, you know. Instead of saying that we're total stoners and we don't know what we're talking about, we're very educated in this beautiful flower that we have. I love what I do today. I know that I came here for a purpose. I miss the old days. Now it's changed. That's why I love seeing the old school people come in, because, you know, we give hugs. We're like cheers of weed. This was the hallway of happiness. You know, this place has so much history too. We used to smoke right in the shop. I've lived through even the boom, even before, you know. At the end of the day, it's gonna benefit anybody that does allow it to open up into a bigger industry. It used to be more of a man's world, you know, more aggressive. But today, it's becoming a woman's world. This market is gonna boom. It's already getting there, becoming slowly a corporation, as before it was more family. I would love to go to Greece, man, you know, and have my own dispensary. Maybe Mykonos or an island or something. I could see it. Tulas. We talk.